Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'll be discussing about the divisibility rule of 4 and 8. Okay, the rule in divisibility rule for 4 is if the last two digits are divisible by 4, the number is divisible by 4. Okay, what does that mean? So, in a number, even if that number is a 2-digit, 4-digit, 3-digit number, or more than 5-digit number, you would know if that number is divisible by 4 by just looking at the last 2-digit of the number. Okay, if that last 2-digit of the number is divisible by 4, meaning there's no remainder when you divide it, it's just a whole number or zero remainder, then that number is divisible by 4. Okay? So, anong ibig sabihin nun? So, pag nagdi-divide tayo ng number, kahit yung number na yun ay malaki pa, may that be 2-digit number, 3-digit number, 4-digit number, or more than 5-digit number, para malaman natin kung divisible yun by 4, ang kailangan mo lang gawin ay titingnan mo yung last 2 digit. Okay? Kung yung last 2 digit number na yun ay divisible by 4, meaning, pag dinivide mo siya, ay whole number, wala siyang remainder. Or in other words, ang remainder ay 0, then yung number na yon ay divisible by 4. Okay, so to further understand that, let's do some exercises. Okay, so this one, identify if the numbers are divisible by 4. Okay, so from the meaning of the rule, we just need to look at the last 2-digit number. So, saan ang last 2-digit number? Ito. This is the last 2-digit number, 40. Okay, so this last 2-digit number, we just need to know if 40 is divisible by 4. Okay, so how would you know that? You're going to divide it. Okay, so 40 divided by 4 is 1, 4, 0, 0, and that's 0. So 40 divided by 4 is 10. Or 4 times 10, it gives you 40. At dahil 40 is a multiple of 4 or divisible by 4, then we say that 240 is divisible by 4. So this is divisible by 4. Next, 2,416. Is it divisible by 4? So again, we just need to get that last 2-digit number. And 16. If we divide 16 by 4, it will give us 4 as the answer because 4 times 4 is 16. And so we say that 2,416 is divisible by 4 kasi it won't give us any remainder when we divide 16 by 4. Okay, next, 3,145. So the last 2 digit here is 45. Okay, so 45 divided by 4 is, it will give you a remainder. Why? Because when we divide 4 divided by 4 is 1, bring down 5, because 4 minus 4 is 0, so bring down 5, 5 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract 1. So, we have a remainder 1 dito. Okay, so since may remainder yung 45 when we divide it by 4, ibig sabihin 45 is not divisible by 4 kasi meron siyang remainder, dapat wala. Okay, and therefore we say that 3,145 is not divisible by 4. Okay, next, the last one is 900. So what are the last 2 digit of 900? It's 0, 0. So 0, 0. If the number, the last 2 digit of a number is 0, it is always divisible by 4. If it's 2, 0. Okay? Because any number multiplied or divided by you divide it to 0, it will still give you a 0 answer, and that is a whole number. Okay? Kasi 0 siya. 4 times 0 is 0. 0 divided by 4, it's also 0. So, wala siyang remainder. Okay, it's a whole number. And because of that, 900 is divisible by 4. Okay, so that's how we identify if a number is divisible by 4 or not. We just have to look at the last 2-digit number. So, titingnan lang natin yung last 2-digit number niya, i-divide natin. Pag na-divide mo siya at wala siyang remainder o zero remainder, ibig sabihin divisible siya by 4. Pag may remainder, ibig sabihin hindi siya divisible by 4. It's not divisible by 4. Okay? So, next, let's move on to the next rule. And that is divisibility rule for 8. So, for divisibility rule for 8, it says that if the last 3 digits are divisible by 8, the number is divisible by 8. So, a while ago, for 4, we have to look at the last 2 digits. This time, for 8, we have to look at the last 3 digits of the number. And if that last 3 digits of the number is divisible by 8, meaning there's no remainder when we divide it by 8, or it's a multiple of 8, then that number is divisible by 8. Okay, so para malaman kung ang number ay divisible by 8, we just have to look at the 3 last digit, dun sa tatlong last digit ng number na yon. So kahit pa napakalaki ng number na yan, litingnan mo lang yung 3 last digit niya para malaman mo kung divisible siya by 8 o hindi. So divisible siya by 8 kung walang remainder pag dinivide mo, or kung 0 ang remainder. Hindi siya divisible by 8 kung merong remainder. Okay, so to further understand, again, let's do some exercises in identifying if the number is divisible by 8 or not. Okay, so from the meaning or from the rule, it says that we have to look at the last 3 digits of the number. So in the number 3,160, we have to get the last 3 digits of the number. And the last 3 digits of the number is 160. So 160, if we divide that by 8, pag i-divide natin siya by 8, 16 divided by 8 is 2. 2 times 8 is 16 minus 0, 0. So 0 divided by 8 is 0. So 0 times 8 is also 0. So 0 remainder tayo. So dahil 0 remainder, ibig sabihin ang 160 ay divisible siya by 8. Okay? And because of that, 3,116 is also divisible by 8. Next is the 2,140. So the last 3 digit here is the 140. So is 140 divisible by 8? So let us check if it's divisible by 8. So 8 here, 14, there's only one 8 that can fit to 14. So 14 minus 8 is 60. And 60, how many 8 can fit to 60? It's 7. So that will be 7 times 8 is 56. 60 minus 56, we have a remainder 4. So meron tayong remainder 4 dyan. At dahil may remainder 4 tayo, meaning 140 is not divisible by 8. And because of that, 2,140 is not divisible by 8. Okay, next is 13,496. Is it divisible by 8? So again, we just need to check the last 3 digit. Titingnan lang natin yung last 3 digit ng number. At yung last 3 digit na ay 496. So i-divide lang natin ang 496 by 8. So how many 8 can fit to 49? So that is 6. So 6 times 8 is 48. Subtract that. It will give you 1. Bring down 6. 16 divided by 8 is 2. So 2 times 8 is 16. 16 minus 16 is 0. So dahil ang remainder niya ay 0, ibig sabihin 496 is divisible by 8. And since 496 is divisible by 8, therefore, the 13,496 is also divisible by 8. Okay? Last is 28,000. So the last 3 digit of that number, of 28,000, it's 3 zeros. So 0 divided by 8, it gives you 0 as the answer. So if we want to know if a number is divisible by 8 and it ends with 3 zeros, meaning it is always divisible by 8, because a number or 0 divided by 8 gives you a number 0, which is no remainder, okay, and it's a whole number. And because of that, 28,000 is divisible by 8. Okay, so that's how we identify if a number is divisible by 8 or by 4. You just need to look at the last 2 or 3 digit of a number. So don't forget, for the divisibility rule for 4, you just need to look at the last 2 digit of the number. Pag divisible siya by 4, then meaning the number is divisible by 4. And for 8, you just have to look at the last 3 digits of the number, and if it's divisible by 8 or there's no remainder, meaning that number is divisible by 8. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you learned something again. Again, this is Teacher Luis, your mommy tutor. So please like, share, and subscribe my channel, and always click the notification bell so that you'll be updated para sa mga upcoming ko pang videos. Bye!